You need to talk to the camera. You gotta talk to them. You gotta say things. Got anything to say? Chat away. You got to talk to everyone. You just do. You just are. You just be. Be the model. Be the model. Be the model. Tell me thin. Tell me thin. Right. So that's it. That's the best thing. Number 8 is keep happy. And if you are in alpha, right, if you are cruising along, absorbed in what you're doing, your worries evaporate, they go away, right? And you are just zoned into the moment and you are in bliss and happiness. And that is what is going to save you from the apocalypse. You will keep your spirits up. Your immune system will stay strong. You'll be home where you want to be. You'll be building your kits, which is all you want to do. You will be in heaven. So, no problem at all. Alright? So if you've watched this now and you weren't a scale modeler before, for God's sake, get online. I mean, don't go out. Don't go visit anywhere. You can't. You can't go anywhere. You can't talk to anyone. You can't breathe on anybody. Nothing like that, right? But order online now. Get yourself a model, right? And you'll have to get some glue as well, probably. You know, you might have to get some paint. Oh, look, you're going to need a lot of stuff. You're going to have to talk to somebody who knows a bit about modelling. So don't bother talking to me. I've got a freaking clue. I just got a YouTube channel. I'm just a dickhead talking to people. But I'm good at that. Stay with what you're good at. Build your models. Stay safe, everybody. We will get through this apocalypse. And I tell you what, when it all ends, the only people that survived are scale modelers. And we'll take over the world. Well, that'll be suckful, won't it? All right. Well, at least we'll be all healthy. Ah, shit! Got it. Oh, gosh. I'm getting so excited by this. I can already feel my heart rate going up, right? I can already feel my muscles tensing. I reckon doing this video alone, I burn off enough calories to basically have a nice big fat curry tonight. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is helping. So, can you see this thing? Can you visualise it? Can you see exactly what I'm talking about? By buying model kits, us modelers get out of our hobby rooms, right? We get out into the community, or we get outside. We move around. We lift, we push, we strain. We basically do a whole lot of things that are absolutely brilliant for our bodies. And then at the end of that, we have the pleasure of the new kit that we can then build, right? And that's what the hobby is all about, really, is enjoying building all these kits. But look at all the good stuff that's associated with the stuff that keeps you healthy. So the next time somebody says to you, you can't have another kit, tell them to piss off. So get stuffed. This is keeping me healthy. Harry Houdini said so. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Most of it was true. All of it was true in part. Yeah, would I tell you a lie? But anyhow, yes, buying model kits will keep you healthy. I'd have 10 years left in me before I was dribbling and drooling and ain't able to glue anything together anymore, you know, until I was so insensible and raving lunatic. Hang on, that's happened now. Anyhow, and until something happened that I couldn't model anymore, it was becoming uncomfortable. I mean, it's difficult enough now. I have to wear these super bloody 3x bloody reading glasses to see what I'm going on. I'm going to subscribe to 4 times. That's, you know, 4 times magnification next year. This is the reality of becoming an old bastard. Okay, it's all very well for you young whippersnappers doing the hobby now, and you've got wonderful eyes and all the rest of dexterity, and you can get on the piss all night and bounce up in the next day and be able to get in there and the workbench. No, gee whiskers. I mean, I hadn't drunk since my birthday. Basically, I had a gout attack, thought better slow down a bit on the old alcohol, And I hadn't had a drink until Christmas Day. And on Christmas Day I had a lovely big dinner with my girlfriend, of some years. Ex-girlfriend, really, yes. I don't see her anymore. I mean, she's 120 kilometres away. Can't really have much conjugals at this distance, can you? No, not exactly. Well, it's phone sex. Yeah. I don't think she's figured that one out yet. She doesn't know where to put the vibrating phone. So, Christmas Day I had 2 glasses of red wine and I was useless for a couple of days. I couldn't really do much at all. And this is the reality of being older. And my demographic for this channel really are you old farts, I know there's a small amount in the 18 to sort of 30-year-old bracket, but most of the people who watch my channel are old bastards like me. We're going a bit grey, the moustache is starting to twirl, and we're talking a lot of shit, and we're remembering the good old days. Yes, so that's us. And the thing is, how much longer... Oh, aeroplane number 2. There you go. You doing the aeroplane count today? It's only been 2. So how much longer can we keep modelling? And if we're putting a stash together, is it practical? Are we going to be able to build everything? My life, as you know, has been pretty unstable. I've been all over the bloody place. So hopefully with a bit of stability staying in the one place here in Brisbane, and hopefully now with my new microphone, have you heard any aeroplanes? I don't think so. I've even got the air conditioner on. You might be able to hear it. I don't know. Let me know. Herbert? I'm talking Smurf again. Yes. Bloody hell. Look, anyhow, this is the new segment, basically, the Untold Gooch. And it's just me yarning on about stuff. So today's topic was basically stash getting out of control and your work in progress just, ending up with too many. Now, that's kind of my solution I've explained to you. It's not working entirely. So, I'd like to hear, or see some comments. What do you do? How do you get through it? Are you totally disciplined? Do you manage to just start one kit, go all the way through and finish it? Right? How the hell do you do that? I don't know. Do you need to be poor? Is that what it is? You need to be poor. If you're poor, you can only afford one kit. That's the trouble, isn't it? Well, I'll be poor soon when I retire. We can all look forward to that. All right, well, it's been 10 minutes, probably more. So that's the end of my tug for this week. I hope you enjoyed the chat. And please, comment, let me know, chat about it. Tell me things you'd probably like me to talk about or you'd like to hear from me. Ask me questions, as long as they're not rude or disgusting. All right? Maybe we'll do a banjo segment. Oh dear, did I hear no? We'll see. Let me know if you like this Unspoken Gooch. And do you want me to do more? And what would you like me to do? Because this is easier and it's sort of fun for me. I'll still do my regular build videos, but this is something I can do every week, so I can have a little chat with you. Alright? So I hope you enjoyed the yarn, and that's basically it. So, bugger off and build a model! G'day, and welcome to a very COVID-safe Gooch episode. Yes, look at this silly thing, eh? What do you think of this? Bass the cat got me this. Yes, little darling. So, when I go out in public, I'm completely COVID-safe now. Yes, because we have to do that again in Queensland. I'll talk more about that later. But, yes, right, okay, look, this is a very special edition of the Gooch. And this has only been made possible by the support of all of you people on Patreon. So thank you very much, each and every one of you. Bask thanks you from the bottom of her fishbowl. Yes, she's not starving anymore. Thank goodness for that. Now, what do you think of this? Yeah? That, and I've got a new t-shirt too. Yes. We will get on with that Stingray build later this year. Honest. Really want to do it. Yes, it's on my list. It's not on your list, it's on my list. Anyhow, that's what you came here for. You came here for a tug. Yes, and what are we going to tug at this time? Well, it's going to be the vexing problem of acrylic paint and how the difficulties and the differences when you transition across when you've been using enamels, right? As I did. It was enamel paint when I started. That was it, Humbrol enamel. And then along came these acrylics, but they're all kind of different. They have different properties. What the hell was going on? Luckily, I have a degree in science and I studied chemistry at university. So anyway, I bloody cope with all this shit, I tell you. with all of these cases, you got to be honest with yourself. This is what it comes to. With the Arizona, I had to get to the point where I had lost love with the kit. So when someone came along and said they'd buy it, I realised, yep, it's not failure. I had got that far. I have no love for this. It's just not going to get done. And I'm just going to churn myself up going, ugh. So on the kit went to someone that could build it. There's been a couple other little kits like that where I've got so far and went, oh, I'm really enjoying this. And someone else said, oh, I'd love that. I'll go, here it is. You can have it. And I've given them the kit. I've just gone, well, if you can build it and you're enthusiastic about it, you have it, because I've kind of lost it. And with the Mackie, well, that was support. And I've had that with a couple of things too, where nearly at my end with the kit, but then mates have sort of said, no, look, what you're doing is not too bad. Just take a break and come back and look at it from this angle or do that, and you can finish it. And yeah, there you go. You can finish it and you can win first place, And then with the commission jobs, you just got to be honest with the person, right? So the person that giving you the commission, if things change in your life and if you're not the same person, or if obviously it's not getting done, then you need to be honest with them. Say, look, guys, I'm really sorry. I'll send it back to you. I'm not going to get this finished. And with the Fiat, I probably should have done that years ago when I realised I was hating it. A year into it, when it wasn't getting built, I probably should have said, mate, look, tell you the truth, I don't like this kit. It's not doing it for me. I don't want to finish it. I've got all these problems. It's not the sort of thing that I'm interested in. So, yeah. So in all cases, be honest and truthful to yourself. And if the kit is not working, you don't necessarily need to throw it in the bin. Somebody else might take it. One man's rubbish is another man's treasure. And that's the thing. And some people would love a free kit, especially if they might not see the problems that you do. Their whole circumstance might be different. They might not have a YouTube channel where they have to look like they know what they're bloody doing. I have two new toys here. Yes, these are cordless airbrushes. Yep, they work without anything plugged into them. Well, they should work. We'll talk about that later. I had a bit of an accident with the black one. But essentially, that's a compressor and that's an airbrush, and that's all you need. Now, this one costs 5 shekels and this one costs 10 shekels. This one's from China. This one's from the United States, although the compressor itself is Chinese made. So, is this one twice as good as that one? Are they any good at all, or are they just a silly fad and a waste of money? That is what we're going to tug at in this episode. So, which one would you buy? Well, which one would I buy? Well, I bought both. But I tell you what, this one shines. Not only because it is shiny. Look, that's just so much better quality. It is mainly metal. There's only a few sort of plastic anodized sort of parts. But basically, most of this is metal, has good feel to it, much more control. It is a dual action, especially when coupled with their proprietary compressor. And this is true because you may have your pressure set at whatever you think it is, right? I've got it set at 40 psi, so I'm doing Steiner res, but then I want to quickly change airbrushes. I can dial down. I go, well, it's just a little bit too, and I can dial it down, or I can set it usually in the middle, and I can dial it up. I often do that with Steiner res, is I set it to 40 psi in the compressor, but I dial this down about midway, see how I go. That way I know I can go up if my paint is starting to coagulate in the airbrush. I need a bit more blow, or I can go down a little bit if I really have too much pressure. So one of these may make this infinitely better, that you'll have control over your pressure there. I mean, you want to go and put one with a pressure gauge on there, great, but then it's really going to get quite gangly. I mean, as it is, it's not too bad like this. I watched Bernard use his Chinese one, and he had his adapter in there. So he would have been working a bit higher, but only up there. But it's doable. This little compressor is fantastic. This will be my workhorse for a while. I'll have to see what it can't do. Who knows? I'm going to try Steiner res through it. That's always a killer. That kills most airbrushes. We'll see. I'll do more tests, and there'll probably be a part 2 when I eventually figure out how long does the battery last this thing. But honestly, are they worth the money? If you're tight on budget, there's nothing wrong with this. There are different ones at different prices, so I don't know, find someone who's bought one and they like it and buy that exact same one. because the one that I got I don't think is exactly the same as Bernard's. It doesn't have the same connector here. There were subtle differences. So maybe he got a much better airbrush than I did, and he didn't pay much more. So you'll have to shop around and see what you can find quality versus price. But expect to pay around that 50 shekel mark. 50? No, that's too much. 5 shekel mark. 5 shekels, yes. So that would get you going, and then if you spend the money on an adapter and get that working, you can click on other better airbrushes as you go. But still, this compressor, it's alright, but it's nowhere near as good as this one. I'm going to let Bernard have a go at this compressor at our club meeting and whack his airbrush on and his adapter and see how it goes. You'll probably go, oh wow, because honestly, you're only talking 10 shekels. It's still not a lot of money. You can hardly buy a decent airbrush for 10 shekels. You really can't. Okay, it's going to be double that. It's at least 20 shekels for a reasonable airbrush, 30 or 40 if you want a super duper one. This will prime, it will paint, it will detail. I even got fine lines out of it. I had to adjust my paint mixture, but that happens with every airbrush. I'm only using this the first time. It takes a while to get to know your thinner paint ratio, how the airbrush reacts, and exactly how much trigger to put on. Those are all learnings that you do anyway. I've had to do this on the run while doing the video. I'm happy with the results. I feel I could paint just about anything with this airbrush and this compressor. I can't wait until I get the adapter from Bernard and I can put my iWaters on and see how they perform. I may never use my big noisy compressor again. You never know. We'll see. Anything to say?